Howdy folks, welcome to episode 28. We're going to try to get this thing the rest of the way up the hill. And what I need to stop doing is, and I'm sure I've probably gotten comments by now, but what I need to stop doing is backing up and then going forward again, because I kept doing that. So we're going to synchronize with other engines. I fueled everybody up. So as you can see here, 6470, 6470, 67 at 80. Okay, so fueled everybody up. We're going to turn the reversers. We're going to leave the brake on until we get some speed going here. We'll take the brake off slowly. I just don't want I don't want it rolling backwards down the hill. So that's going to be our goal here, is to not creep down the hill as we, there we go, as we start going forward. Alright, so hopefully we can keep this thing connected. Now I do have the map up in the other window where I can see this a little bit better too. So I can see if everything's connected. But yeah, we'll see if we can, wish you could follow this a little bit better. But let's take off the brakes here. And we'll see if we can get this thing moving. There we go. We're starting to move. And then we can slowly bring up some more regulator. And hopefully we'll be able to unload this. I think I'm going to have to build out some more in order to be able to unload this train. I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to have to build like the big loop that goes around, the big turnaround kind of thing, so that we can pull, because we have to get those those cars in front of the landing. So yeah. Whoops, not brakes. Is that going to be the next thing that the next disaster I cause is right, is hitting the brakes and then everything smashes together instead of instead of pulling apart. All right, no more crack the whip, right? See, we only need, what was it, 70%, and we're still picking up speed. So we're good here. I think we'll maybe even bring this down a little bit. See what keeps us about, see, that seems to keep us at about the right speed. Okay. Because this is where we screwed up last time. Right. Well, like I said, I pulled backwards and let everything, I took all the slack out of everything and then came forward again. And so it put all of that pull on one pin. You know, you're trying to pull that entire weight with one pin. So that would be why. One thing you can do is you put brakes on the bottom cars and let everything compress together downhill. And then when you take off again, it will pull one car, and then that car will get moving, and then it'll pull the pin on the next car, and that car will get moving before it pulls the slack out of the next pin. And so that way you don't end up pulling more than one car at a time. You know, you're only applying one car at a time worth of force as you do that. And then if you can get the brakes off the bottom cars before the slack gets taken up. Here, we'll zoom out a little bit here so you can still see that too. But yeah, if you can do that before the slack gets taken up, then, you know, then you're okay. I think we need a little bit more speed to go around this corner, to coast around this corner. So we're going to get a little bit more speed here, because I think this is the big corner coming up, where we go around this bend right here is the sharpest one, where we need a little bit of coasting ability, shall we say. I think that's the way to put it, is we need the ability to coast around that, so then we can take some power off the reg, hopefully. And let me see how close we're getting. Let's turn around here. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Okay. So we're going to go back here so we can see. And then we bring this back up. Okay. So we can start to ease off the regulator here. And let this hopefully coast its way around. Coast away around the bend here. We can hope, right? Because this is it right here. Where it really hits that. I think this part right here is the stress point. So if we can keep it moving. I just don't want to apply any sudden forces. 6.2, 6.1. I think we're going to need some more in order to keep this moving. Because we're coming uphill. I think we're going to have to go max regulator to get around this corner, aren't we? That is a tough corner. 6.2, 6.3. Okay, we're going to slow down a little bit more. There we go. It looked like maybe it was just the engines that were the tough part getting around that corner. Maybe the cars aren't so stressed about getting around the corner. It's just the engines. But yeah, look at that. Can we zoom in? Yeah, we can. We can get away a little bit zoom. Cool. Just gotta watch this stuff down here. Make sure we're not losing anybody. Because we're almost there too. After this, it's pretty much a straight shot up to the peak. Okay, we're losing speed again. We need a little bit more regulator. It probably would be wise to put to put a whatchamacallit on this. Here, we're gonna do this. It'd probably be wise to put engines at different places on here instead of just leaving them like this. Okay, we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna watch from here if we can. There we go. Our speed is staying steady. Seems like we're doing okay. We're staying at 6. I just wanted to watch this coming around this bend. If there's anything you got to rebuild, that's going to be it. And they still look like they're trying to come off the track there, don't they? I think that's just a random bouncy thing. And yeah, my frame rate is really bad. It's probably between 5 and 10 right now again. Alright, what is our speed? Our speed is fine. 7.6. It looks like we're going to make it around this corner. Okay, we're going to slow this down a little bit. I think we're going over the bridge soon here too. 8.4. Yeah, let's slow this down again. 8.3. Okay, we're going to take this off. We're going to go back up to the front of the train if we can. Yeah, it's a little disorienting, but we need to get up there fast. There we go. All right, let's get up to here. Wow. There's some serious chop. He chop, There we go. Okay, so let's bring our controls back up. Glance over to the other screen, make sure we're still connected. Here. Still everybody connected. Alright, so we're coming up. Yeah, see, the mine is right up here. Cool. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I think we might actually make it this time. Alright, we're going to try this. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't clicking on anything bad before I do that. Are we slowing down again? We need to get some more speed going here. There we go. We're still connected. Yeah, it looks like maybe 3 or 4 times we have to refuel in order to get all the way up this. Which I'm sure in a real train there'd be somebody just completely who's doing nothing other than just shoveling coal into the thing the entire time, into the hot box or whatever they call it. Yeah. So it's not like it's not like that's anything special, but alright. Watch, I'm gonna have the switch going the wrong way, right? So they all route over the thing. No, I think we made sure the switches were good. We did make sure the switch positions were correct when we built this, before we came back down to the other side. Okay. Yep, see that one's off to the right. I think we don't have any track on the other side of this, so we are going to have to stop this thing before we hit the end of the line. So we'll get the engine up by the coal mine, and then we can slow down and figure out our situation. Let's go like this. Yeah, it looks like it's just a dead end right there. Yep, okay. So we're going to have to stop once we get to that. We can start slowing down a little bit here. See what it does when we let off. Are we going to lose any speed? Because we don't need a pile up either. That's the last thing we need, is a pile up. So hopefully the back end will be still downhill. I mean, I know the back end will still be downhill, but that'll keep it in tension. So all the back cars will be in tension and everything, you know, pulling down the hill. So when we go to take off again, if we gently take off, like we did this last time, we should be able to come up the thing. All right. Almost stopped. But yeah, we should be able to stop here, and then it should... Here, we're going to coast to a stop here. And that way we don't have any issues with... We're going to put on the brakes when we get down to really low. That way we don't have stuff that's coming up and bunching up and then pulling back downhill again. Because that's the thing we want to avoid. Alright. I'm going to hit our like 0 point. There we go. Alright. So that should hopefully not have everything yanking everything else off the track. It looks like it's still going to stay in place. We're still connected. Okay, everything's stopped. We're still connected. Alright. So what we need to do is we need to jump out here. Oh, I'm not in the thing. I keep hitting F as if that's what I need to hit. Okay. So let's put this wood away. If we can. Is it going to let me? There. There. I had a piece of wood on me because I was right-clicking apparently. Or I was left-clicking. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make our big turnaround here. And we're going to do that, and then we'll pull out the... we'll make our turnaround first, and then we'll pull out the trees. We'll take out the trees that we need to take out. So our angle here is 220. Yeah, it doesn't matter what our angle is, does it? What we need to do is we need to go like this, and we need to come around this corner. So let's go like this, and we want to be pretty gentle about it, right? Let's go like this. And let's see what we have as far as... Man, it's just not wanting to let me put anything here, is it? I just want to be... I don't want to make any sudden turns. All right, a little bit more. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do circle mode. So we're going to switch into circle mode. We're going to go like this. And what do we have as far as degrees? We want to come basically parallel to this line, maybe a little bit in. There we go. Looks like 40 will do it. Okay, so 40, we're going to come in this way. Then we're going to do a... There. We're going to do a more gentle. Short little segment here. And then we're going to come straight. And then we're going to go back to this way. Like this. And then we're going to go back to our sharper turn. See if we can do like maybe a 50. Well, we'll see what, let's see what gets us close to the cliff edge without, okay, because that's where we need to, this is where we need to get to. And it looks like 30 isn't even going to do it, is it? We came too far? I think we came too far because 30 is not going to make this curve. Let's see. Let's see if we can make this curve with the 30. Nope. Okay. So we need to not come that far. All right. Let's try this again. And so what we need to do is, I think what we need to do is connect. Well, if we connect the other one, we're still going to end up with this issue. All right. So let's go like this. And we're going to go, let's go like this. We're going to go to 80 meter. And let's go like this. 40 meter. And we're going to come up to here. There we go. And then we'll come back to like straight. Instead of trying to go long there. And then what we can do is we can do a much more gentle curve that just scrapes the edge of the mountains here. And I guess we're going to have to do that. We're not going to be able to get into that bay. Okay. And let's go 70. Let's try that. All right, and then we're going to try to, we need to come around. Let's see, because we need to stay off the edge of this. Let's see what our 30 does. I think our 30 is going to be necessary. Okay. It will be necessary to go 30 unless we want to do a bridge around there. We could do that. Let's try 40. And we'll see what we can, how far we can get with 40. There we go. Hey, I actually fell into the, it's been a while since I've fallen into the thing. Ooh, it looks like we might be able to do this. Okay, so we're just going to go like this. And then we're going to do wall, because I think we might be able to do this without a bridge. Yep. You know what? We're not going to make it back to the other thing, though, are we? Because the other thing is we need to make it back to the other segment. Let's go like this. Because we still need to make it back to here. Let me see, which way is that? Yeah, we need to make it back to this segment. Oh, maybe we will. Oh, cool. I think we will. All right. Let's keep this going then. We can put a bridge segment across this. So we're going to go bridge, and we'll do one of these. And let's pick a different. Let's do this one. Let's do the creosote. Let's see what the creosote looks like. And then, there we go. Like that. Nice. And then we're going to come back to here. Yeah, cool. It looks like we should be able to just connect a regular segment. So let's try a wall segment here. And we're going to try to go like this. Let's go a little bit like this. And then we can put our regular segment here. And then we're going to do non-circle mode, and we're just going to connect this up. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, look at that. That's nice and smooth, isn't it? Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so then what we need to do is logging. Let me see. I should have... No, wrong key. Ah! There. That's my auto run. All right. How about auto click? I want auto click, not auto run. Let's go like that. There we go. Okay, my auto click is on. I just need to be careful not to like accidentally go into the menu and auto click on leave session. Right? After all this. And we do want to leave, we want to get some of these trees out of the middle too so that we can see. We can see on the inside of the corner, we can see the rest of the train. So we're not just clearing the actual track, but a visual for us too. Because I don't want to be sitting there going, what's the rest of the train doing, right? You know how that goes. I'll get these out of here. This one out of here. And then we should be able to unload today. Yay! We did make it to the top. Technically correct, right? Now see, our frame rate is a lot smoother until the trees start doing physics again. It really is the physics that's killing everything. And I don't know if they're just doing default physics or what. I think when people use game engines, they tend to not want to write their own physics. And so they just use the built-in stuff, which tends to be overkill if you get too many objects going and stuff. Because usually the built-in physics in game engines is intended for a small number of objects with very simplistic bounding boxes and collisions and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't think this is a good use case. I don't think this is the type of, the trains are the type of use case that they, because see, when these trees get cut down, the physics enacts on, is this tree colliding with, you know, Betsy that's over by the sawmill? Is this tree colliding with each of those cars? Is it colliding with Betsy? Is it colliding with the porter over at the starting area? You know what I mean? It's doing all of that, I bet. They probably don't even do like a an optimization of, you know, divide the map into sectors and only do collisions between items that are in adjacent sectors. kind of thing. You know, that's what Doom did to get away with all that stuff. Is they did binary search tree for that stuff. They divide the whole map up into a big tree, and then only the stuff that's on the same branches. You know, it's pretty cool. All right. Anyway, we're almost done with the trees here. Just want to get the ones out of the middle here, and then we should be good to go. Get that one too. Definitely doesn't need to stay. And then we need to get rid of those tracks too. So I gotta make sure my mouse is off before I do that. My auto clicker. So I'm not holding a mouse button or clicking or anything. I just have a I've got a mouse macro that's just clicking like 20 times a second right now to do this, so I don't wear out my mouse button. For some reason when I'm doing this, I'm like holding down the mouse button really harder and harder as I go. I don't know why. It's just, you know, it's one of those autonomic responses. So we'll leave a couple trees in the middle. Or one. We'll just leave one. No, actually, I don't think I want to leave that one, because that one is going to be like way more of an obstruction. Come on, thank you. Get stuck on the trees that fell. Okay, so I want to take this off and hopefully... Nope, see, it's still clicking on me. It's still clicking on me. Let's see if that'll do it. Okay, it's turned off. All right, so... Whoops, not that. Go into here. We're going to demolish rails. And then we're going to take out these. Is that the last one? Yep, that's the last one. All right, cool. And that should be... Oh, no, I got one more here. That one. Cool. So what we need to do... Why is that jumping around like that? Is it just me? It seems like this end is bending in for no good reason, doesn't it? But that's okay. All right, so we're going to go this way and come out and go around. You know what? We're going to get rid of this tree too, because we can't see. Get rid of a couple more of these. Because I want to have a nice clear... Yep, nice clear view of everything. Awesome. Okay. And then we could do like we did before, where we put like little buildings and stuff in there. Let's see. Facilities. Firewood depot. Let's put a firewood depot out here. Right? Firewood depot. There. All right. So we can refill our things, and then we could put a sand thing out here too, right? Sand house and water tower and all that. Sand house. And then we're not going to actually use it, so. And water tower. I've tried using these in there. It's too much hassle, to be honest, with trying to get this thing to work the way I want it to go. It makes no sense at all. You move the mouse like this way to move the other thing this way. It's like, what are you doing? Okay, do we have any trees on the landing platforms that we need to get out of the way? I think we need to get that tree out of there so that it doesn't interfere with our... Is it inside the... It's inside the facility. I can't get in there. Nice. So, nope, I can't get rid of it. Okay, so we need to drop off our beams and our other thingies. And so we're going to save the game here because we're at a good spot to do that. Save game. Slot 5. Continue. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get our engine up here. We need to get our rails up to there and our beams up to here. So, let's see if we can do this. You know what I want to do too? Let's see if we can make it happen. Let's go like this. Bell. I want to get all the bells ringing. All the bells. Somebody, you'd think a king would die with all the bells ringing, right? There we go. All the bells in King's Landing. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. So we're going to bring up... and we're going to bring up our regulator. I think we had to get up to about 40%, and then we start dropping the brakes down. There we go. We're creeping along. Starting to creep along. Yep. There we go. There we go. Alright, we're going to gently bring these cars up. Now we need to bring up the first wood one here, and then we need to watch so that we know when to unload the beams. Yeah, look at that frame rate. It's terrible. Alright, cool. That's about as fast as we want to go. We don't want to go too much faster than that. We just want to creep up the hill. Because we're going to have to stop. So I don't want to be stop, go, stop, go, stop, go kind of thing. Alright, let's see what kind of regulator we need to keep moving. 1.5. Alright, let's try 15%. We're still losing speed. 20%. I might have to turn on the sander on the on the Heisler. It looks like it's sliding, doesn't it? Alright. It looks like about 25%, I think, is going to keep us even. I want to go a little bit more than 1 mile an hour. Or 1 meter per second. 1 unit per unit. Alright. Alright, 1 picoparsec per milli day, right? 1.7, that seems like a good speed. Seems like we're keeping a decent speed here. And let's zoom in a little bit here. Make sure our engines are staying on track. We're going to have to fuel things too. We're going to have to put fuel in before the next thing too, because we're down quite a bit. 4, 15, yeah. We're definitely going to have to put more fuel in. Alright, let's do this. See if we can fuel this. Wow, that is so choppy. Just seems like it might be a bad idea to be trying to do this with that frame rate. Right? Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Get some more fuel in here. Come on. Really wish you could just... There. Okay. That should be plenty. The other one had 8. We're getting close. We're getting close. Alright. Let's go like this. We're going to slow down a little bit. Because that's a little bit excessive. I don't want to have to stop. Because the engines are going to be on that corner and everything. When we start slowing down. Everything, that's going to be on a corner and the other stuff's going to be on a hill down a corner and everything else. So we want to be gentle about this. Let's let it coast and see what it does now. It's slowing down just the tiniest bit. I don't hear the bells anymore. Alright. Yeah, it's coasting. I think we must be all on level ground now or something, or close to it. I think level ground is about where that back train is. It seems like it. That back car is. 3.8. 3.7. It's staying level now. Yeah, we're on level ground. Okay. So we got 3 cars left. We've got 3.5. Okay, so we're gonna start slowing down here. There we go. 2.2. Looks like about 30% brakes. There we go. I don't want to have to start up again. That's the biggest thing, is I want to be able to stop at the platform without having to add more juice. And that looks like it's about what we're going to need. Right here. There we go. All right, so we are stopped. Awesome. Okay, so we can unload this first one. Let's see what our money is. 78.20. Huh. Got some tension in there. All right. And we've got the brakes on, so let's just let this do its thing. It's pulling back down the hill. There we go. We're going to let it stop and settle so that we're not playing crack the whip again. All right, so we're going to bring up our regulator to about, I think we're going to try 10% this time. And we should be able to very slowly get going here. There we go. And I think we might even be picking up speed. Let's see. And we need to watch for these cars to hit that other platform too, so that we can actually stop those and unload those when they're stopped in front of the platforms. But we're going to get these as we go. The other ones are basically going to be our secondary goal. Yeah, see, it's like picking up a little bit of speed here. 23% brake. All right. And if we bring this up just right, we should be able to unload 2 of them at a time. If we can do it. I don't think we did. Okay. I don't think we got the second one yet. All right, what is our 78.92? So we're getting 52 per. Yeah. 92.64 plus 8 is 70. How are we getting 70 out of 3 of those? Did I miss something? Did it do 2 digits and not just 1? Did it do the tens place too? Is that gonna? I think that's gonna hit the platform. Let's see. 79.64. Yep. Cool. Nice. Awesome. Okay. So we've got. It's using them up? It's using them up to make coal, I think, is what's going on here. And it takes a while, doesn't it? So let's see what's going on up here. See, our frame rate's totally smooth again now that all the trains are stopped. All the cars are stopped. Okay, so we're starting to go around the corner up here. All right. This is where it's important that we have the hopper cars on the front by the engines, because that's exactly that's exactly the issue. Are we going to be able to? I think we can drop this on here. Let's see. Yep. All right. Okay. But yeah, the issue is, you know, we're going to have these light cars. We probably should even. Oh, we're almost there. We don't have too many more of them, right? Did some of them go down the hill or something? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 8, 9, 10. No, that's right. Okay. We only have 7 more, so that's not a big deal. All right, but yeah, the big thing is you don't want all of your you don't want super heavy cars at the very end there being yanked around the corner. And if we had the hopper cars at the very end there, we'd have the here I can get this moving while I'm yapping. 10%. There we go. But yeah, if you have the hoppers at the end, then you're pulling these light little cars through. You know, you're pulling these light little cars around a corner with the other ones on the other end of that corner, the heavy ones. So that's the situation you want to avoid. That's where you end up stringlining. So I need to make up my own term for that too, right? Oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have hit the brakes like that. Why is it not stopping? Okay. Alright, we need to unload that other car too before we go 2 car lengths, because then we're going to go past the platform on this one. Okay. There we go. We just need to make sure that we get that one unloaded. We can unload this one as long as we're stopped. We might as well, because we're going to need an odd one anyway. Alright, so everything up there is unloaded. We just need to get these two. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. And then we're going to bring this up. And we're going to try like, yeah, less, basically. We don't need much more than that in order to get this moving. There we go. That's better. All right, we're moving at 1.6. And I tried doing the moving unload, but it's been buggy about that, so I don't want to chance it right now. The good news is we did get the cars the right distance away from the thing, right? Let's hit some brakes here. Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. There we go. You can see it. It's pushing pretty hard when it does that. They all smash together again. Okay. There we go. And 680. So 20 plus 52, 72. Okay, so that's 24. Yeah. Oh, 64 plus 8 is not 70. It's 72. This is what you get for doing math in your head while you're driving a train. Okay. We're going to come up again. And we go like this. I think one of these is going to be empty. Yeah, that one's empty, which is fine. We're only running on the 2 engines, which, I mean, we don't need much more than that anyway. There we go. It's going to go on its own. But yeah, I'm going to need to fuel up the other one because the brakes are going to start failing on it too, which is going to be a problem. But we'll see if we can get this to stop. There we go. Hit the brakes, come on. There we go. All right. Oh, we're going so slow it's not going to like be that big of a problem. Okay. There we go. Awesome. And last one. Last car. Yeah, ideally I think we should pull all the way past and then gently back up in order to load these. It would probably be a wiser way to do things, because that way the very end of the train is the light part. But we'll go like this. Let's see what happens when we take the brakes off. See, there's just the slightest forward. That's without applying any regulator. So we've got the tiniest little bit of downhill. And then we're going to have to bring the We're going to have to bring the coal cars. And I think what we can do is we can pull the whole train around. We'll just pull the whole thing around and then bring the coal cars up. I hope we have enough length on there. We might have to make this thing longer just so that we have enough room. Or we'll have to back up and go and drop the other ones off on the siding. And then go past them and then hook it back up. I don't know. That's going to be close. As far as how much room we have. There we go. Alright, let's see what we've got here. And that should be everything. Cool. Alright. And it looks like we are about done, and we have 240 coal. Nice. So we'll be able to fill up all 15. We have some extra rails left over. Yeah, we're going to have extra rails left over, I think, if I remember correctly. I think 3 cars worth of rails is how much, some number of cars worth of beams. Alright, and so yeah, that's going to be it for episode 28. Join me in episode 29. We will load up the coal and take this back down. And hopefully I will have a surprise done sometime this week. I'm working on a project that I think you will appreciate it. And will be useful for everybody. So, yeah, that's going to be it for episode 28. Join me in episode 29, and we'll see you then. Later.